Hi there. So, in Doug Graham's book, 80-10-10 Diet, on page 10, he has a chart where you can rate yourself on the fundamental elements of health. Are you thriving or surviving? And here's the list. There's like 32 items here which you rate yourself between 1 and 0. So it begins with clean, fresh air. How's the air you're breathing? I know living in the city in Toronto, it's not always that great on a hot summer's day. Pure water, tap water, I filter it with the Abrita. So that's it's about as pure as the water I'm going to get. Foods for which we are biologically designed. Well, what are we biologically designed for? You know what Doug Graham would say. Fruits and vegetables, leafy green vegetables, with some nuts and seeds. Yeah, and make sure you eat enough. Number 3, foods for which we are biologically... Oh, no, I said that one already. Sorry. Number 4, sufficient sleep. What is sufficient sleep? Some say up to 12 hours. Well, I cannot sleep 12 hours. I don't care how I try. Maybe if you're a teenager, I would say 12 hours sleep is probably great and you'd have no problem doing that. But for me, if I get a solid 8 or 9 hours sleep, I feel pretty good on that. Maybe that's not enough, but I don't know. I can't seem to sleep longer. Number 5, rest and relaxation. So, yeah, okay. You know, just what is that? Sitting around, just reading a book or something. Vigorous activity. No problem there. You know, I think if you did 30 minutes a day of vigorous activity, you're going to be in great health if it's combined with eating properly, fruits and vegetables. Emotional poise and stability. Yeah, you know, not allowing situations to become magnified more than what they really are, where you become emotionally unstable. Yep. For sure, having emotional balance is definitely important for health. Sunshine and natural light. Yeah, you know, living in a northern climate like Canada, in the summertime, no problem, but come getting close to winter, that's when it becomes a real challenge. So the best we can do here is either go down south for the winter or substitute with vitamin D. Comfortable temperature. Again, northern climate, the winters get cold. Even now we're into autumn, and just that damp, cold air really gets to you after a while. So here we have to dress warmly, you know, be smart about it. But yeah, it's important not to allow your body to go into a chill. Peace, harmony, serenity, and tranquility. Oh, wouldn't that be nice, eh? Yeah, I mean, life today is a little crazy, and you know, everybody's circumstance is different, everybody's situation is different, but I guess, you know, avoid a lot of the news, not to try to escape what's going on in the world, but let's face it, the news focuses on a lot of negative stuff. You know, you're not going to turn the news on and hear something about that has to do with peace or with harmony. It's always with disaster or war or somebody's being, you know, or somebody's being killed. So yeah, that can be a challenging one. Number 11, human touch. Yeah, that's extremely important. You know, it's great when you're in a relationship and you can get a lot of human touch that way. Otherwise, you know, give your kids a lot of hugs, you know, give your friends hugs. Yeah, very important. Thought, cognition, and meditation. So here I think we're talking about keeping the mind, disciplining the mind, keeping it strong. Meditation, you know, learning how to calm down the mind, relax it. Friendships and companionships, very important. Gregariousness, and in brackets it has social relationships and community. Again, you know, that's, I guess, an extension of friendships and family too. Number 15, love and appreciation. Yep. Remember the Beatles song, all you need is love, everybody now, and appreciate. Yes, an attitude of gratitude. I'm a firm believer in that. When I wake up in the morning, no matter how I can feel wonderful, or I can feel not so wonderful, or I can wake up afraid or worried. Whatever it is, I try to start my day off by thanking God for the blessings in my life. And whatever way you want to approach that attitude of gratitude is up to you, but it's important to express gratitude. Okay, where was I now? That was, love and appreciation. Play and recreation. Yeah. Again, that's, go out, not just go out, there's a difference between doing like going to a gym and working out and doing your routine. I wouldn't call that play and recreation. Play and recreation is kind of like doing something unplanned, going out and just playing like kids do, play in the park. But find a grown-up way to play like a child. Pleasant environment. That can start at home, how you decorate your place. Unclutter it, make it look more organized, put a plant in it. I'm talking about plants. I don't have any plants in my house. I've just moved in this apartment just over a year ago, and I think, it wasn't with my intention to stay here for a serious length of time. And so I made it look respectable and orderly, but I could certainly use a little bit more of an aesthetic touch to kind of brighten things up a little in here. So yeah, have a pleasing environment. Although, you know what, I probably have been lax in that area of doing the little accessories in my apartment, because the view outside of my apartment is absolutely amazing. I have a large window, a north facing window, and what I see is the ravine. And right now the autumn colors are out and it looks stunning. So where was I? Pleasant environment. Number 18, amusement and entertainment. I guess go to the movies, go out to dinner with someone you really like and amuse yourself, right? Sense of humor, mirth, and merriment. Yep, definitely important. I could use more of a sense of humor. I think I think I have a pretty good sense of humor, but sometimes life can really just drag you down with all its garbage, and you forget how to laugh at yourself. Number 20, this is a good one. Security of life and its means. Well, living in the West, what is security? It's money, right? And what do a lot of people today, what are they stressing about? It's money. And believe me, when you're stressing about money, whether it's you have debts to pay, or you're unemployed, or you're trying to figure out, what you're going to do for your retirement, that just puts pressure on you. And so if you can get your act together in that area, that would be a huge step. Security of life and its means. 21, inspiration, motivation, purpose, and commitment. So I guess this is getting more into the creative side. Motivation, purpose, having a sense of cause in your life. Number 22, creative, useful work. Yeah, wow, that's a good one. In other words, a labor of love, doing something that you're really interested in, and that being a major part of your life. Self-control and self-mastery, yes, or let's just sum it up by saying self-discipline, very important, and that applies to every aspect of your life, especially with eating and physical fitness. Individual sovereignty. Now that's an interesting, that's number 24, individual sovereignty. And I guess that is having a life of self-reliance or self-determination. 25, expression of reproduction instincts. Well, where we're going with that one, eh? Having children, right? I've done my part. In fact, I've even got grandchildren, so I'm retiring from that. It's done. I got the t-shirt. Anyways, satisfaction of the aesthetic senses. I'm an artist, so I totally get that. Self-confidence, wow, I have to admit that is an area in my life that I'm still continuing to work on. And there's a whole history there, you know, going back to childhood. And, you know, here I am, 53 years old, and I'm still working on self-confidence. Some days are better than others, but that one, yeah, maybe it's something that you have to work on all the time. I mean, when I was a young man, actually, I would have to say I was overconfident, but then things happen in life that beat you down and beat you down, and then you're like nothing of a man. You're just mush, and that's kind of what I feel like I've gone through. I'm like, where am I? What kind of a person am I? And so yeah, self-confidence. I really need to work on that. Positive self-image and sense of self-worth, and I guess that sort of wraps up with self-confidence too. Number 29, internal and external cleanliness, and that, you know, goes back to what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating. And external cleanliness, I guess, you know, how often do you bathe, I guess. I find when you eat clean foods, you don't need to bathe as frequently. But unless you're, you know, exercising and sweating and or you're working hard and getting dirty. But yeah, anyways, number 30, smiles. I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm not a smiley kind of person for the most part. I'm a grin kind of person. I like to, you know, I always have a little grin on, but I'm not one of these persons with this big smile on their face all the time. But apparently it's quite therapeutic and ultimately healthy for you. Number 31, music and all other arts. Well, I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. Listen to music and appreciate the arts. By the way, I'm an artist, and I sell my art on eBay. There's a link below if you're interested, right beside where it says there's more to life than bananas. And even if, you know, you don't want to buy art, just look at it. There's lots of stuff on the internet that a lot of art on the internet that's worth looking at and appreciating, as well as music. And then the last one, number 32, biophilia. And what is that? Biophilia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's love of nature. So, you know, get out and smell the roses. Stop and notice the beauty of nature. And have a real appreciation for the earth. Those are the 32 fundamental elements of health, and you rate it between 1 and 10. I will put the list down below so that you can do the rating yourself. I hope you liked this video. That was in Doug Graham's book, 80-10-10 Diet, on page 10. Leave your comments below, please, and subscribe. Have a great day. God bless and peace be with you.